Good morning, family. How are you? Listen, I don't celebrate Halloween, and I don't have my kids celebrate Halloween. No, I don't have my children go to some masquerade party at the church and have them dress up as saints. Halloween has been very descriptively detailed for Satanists. It's a satanic occult. Everything that you do, all the festivities have spiritual overtures regarding it. Christians really should not celebrate Halloween. Anybody outside of Christianity, I can understand because you're not celebrating Christ. But anybody that is naming the name of Christ, and I put it like this: born again, blood washed believers, because a lot of people can say that they're Christians, but they have like different beliefs and they just have respect for Christ, or they think they have respect for Christ. If you don't have respect for the Word of God, you don't have respect for Christ. So, let me just give you a little bit of background. Halloween is a time for sacrificing of little girls. It's a sexual perversion. There's blood sacrifices. There's killing. There's slaughtering. Um, there's also if you put even just decorating is very satanic and spiritual. Putting out the lantern, the pumpkin. I'm not talking about eating a pumpkin is devilish. I'm talking about carving it out, putting it on your porch. It's been said that that was for the habitation of spirits. That's the reason why it's carved out, so that there's room on the inside for spirits to inhabit the pumpkin. The mask and all the decoration of your face, that is to hopefully make the dead spirits that are released on Halloween, which is not really from the dead. It's from Satan is evil, unclean spirits, demons that make you think that they're dead spirits, if that's what you are willing to believe. So the decorating your face is supposedly to keep the spirits from thinking that you're actually a human, so that they won't bother you, and to make you think that hopefully that you're one of them. That's why people dress up like witches and warlocks, hoping that the evil spirits will think that you're one of them and pass by. That's what it's supposed to be for. And the candy, all the candy, going trick or treating is supposed to be to make the evil spirits happy with you, so that they won't attack you or what have you. So it's just like all thing. Now I'm going to tell you, I'm not perfect. I started a couple of days ago. I got candy from my kids because I know that kids are kids and they hear about all this candy and all they're thinking about is candy. So I'm like, hey, that's what you want. You're going to do that at home. I actually bought lots of candy for the kids. So much candy is they can just pick from it. They can pick from. Stop tapping things, please. Lots of candy and lots of treats, and lots of juices that are cranberry juice, apple cider, so they can kind of clean out their system while they're doing it. And that's it. Dressing up, I did do that in the past. I let them just put I made clown faces on them 2 years ago. I'm not doing that anymore because I'll do a clown face for them. They can make their faces up, but not for Halloween. I don't want to even associate with that. So there's nothing wrong with having face paintings, and I don't have a problem with that unless I find out about that, which it sounds like there might be something connected to that too. But basically, No face paintings. Just don't do it. And when people tell you, like, we went to the McDonald's and this lady was dressed up like a zombie. I didn't want to order. I totally didn't want to order, and that's what was one of my very good customer service agents, which that's what she is. I mean, she was a clerk, and she's always good to me. And she's really, really she has very good customer service skills, and I love her. I realized it was her. It scared, really. I forgot that it was Halloween. I wasn't really thinking about it. And at that moment, because it's like, the only time I think about it is when I know that the kids want candy. I don't open the door for trick-or-treaters. I don't do it. I'm just not. I don't let my kids go out to trick-or-treat. I give them candy and whatever it is that they want. We do not watch scary movies. Now, I did that for my oldest daughter because she kept asking me, but it wasn't on Halloween. She kept asking me, Mom, what is it? All these other people watch scary movies. My mother used to have me watch them, having me scared to death to go to bed. I didn't want to sleep by myself. It's like she wondered why I wouldn't even want to sleep in my own bed. Had me watching Jason, and at that time it was Abby. What else? Halloween. And I never wanted to sleep in my own bed. I mean, like, I thought about it later, and I'm like, I'm like, what's wrong with me? I'm a kid, I don't even want to sleep in my own bed. But it was like, my mother had me watching all these scary movies and then say, good night. I'm like, what the heck? How the heck can you expect your kids to want to sleep in their own beds? Or not to be afraid, but you have them watching all this scary stuff. It's all in their psyche, and the devil is just like loving it. So for my kids, like Kim, I did that with her, because she just kept asking me, and I didn't want her to go somewhere else. I said, I'll give you a day. I watched all these movies with her. I had to edit a lot. That was years ago. My daughter's 20 now. This is when she was younger. So I edited a lot of them. But there was one she got to, and she was terrified. I was like, yes, finally we found it. We had to go through Freddy Krueger. No, I didn't watch Freddy Krueger because I can't do him. I did do Halloween with her. At that time, it was the 1, 2, and 3, I think. Maybe 4. H2O. I don't know if that was out with Busta Rhymes at the time. I did that one. I seen them all. You hear me? I'm talking about I seen them all, the old ones, the Night of the Living Dead, because my mother was big on stuff like that. So it was nothing for me. I saw all of these movies. So you want to know how I can name them? And I'm telling you, I don't like watching them, because my mother, she made sure we saw everyone. Then she would do crazy stuff. Like, she wasn't saved at that time. She did get saved later on, but she was not saved at the time. And I'm telling you, it was crazy because we went to see this movie called Abby, and she was supposed to have been receiving a box from, it was some supernatural type stuff. It was just crazy. We saw Get Petey Wheat Strong. That was back in the day. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I mean, it's just all this terror. I mean, God doesn't want us in terror. God has given us the scriptures. He says, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. Fear not. All these things God tells us, and yet, Christians, I'm talking about speaking in tongues, Christians dancing all over the place. Christians are watching these horror flicks and then imposing it on their kids, teaching their kids that this is okay, reading books and novels and stuff like that are horrifying. And then you wonder why you can't get to your next level in God. And you wonder why your kids are doing whatever. If my kid pick up a spirit, they're going to have to pick it up from someplace else. From something else. I mean, it's not, okay, what I'm saying is that I'm not perfect. What I'm saying is, you know better and you do better. If you don't know, then all you can do is say, well, I don't know why I'm experiencing this with my child, or I don't know why I'm experiencing this with myself. I used to have nightmares, okay? You hear me? I used to have nightmares, and I had nightmares for years, even into my Christendom. It took me years to get away from having nightmares because of my childhood. I had to rebuke them and curse it. I had to do a lot of fasting and prayer. And it's like, I don't go into haunted houses. I don't do stuff like that. They had the thing at Great Adventures. They have the Fright Fest. And I tell you, I was tempted to take the kids last year. And the Lord told me, He shouldn't have even had to tell me not to take them. He shouldn't have had to tell me. But He did, because I kind of got caught up in the hype of hearing my oldest daughter saying, yes, Mom, Fright Fest. Because you know what? I did when she was little. Now remember, this is going back like about 20, not 20 years, 17, 16 years. Was she 4? Yeah, she was about 4 when I took her to the Fright Fest at Great Adventures. It was because my best friend at the time, the person that was my best friend, he got free tickets because he was able to do something. And I said, oh, wow, let's go. But when I got there, I told everybody, don't touch my child. You know what I do. Everybody that knows me knows that I do that. Scary people came over and was like, woo, had masks. And Kim just stood there. She knew, because she knew how her mama was. I looked at them. I said, no, she's scared. Don't come over here. I just really wanted to go to Great Adventures. I didn't care that it was Fright Fest. But I'm just letting you know, it was Fright Fest. It was in October. I got a free ticket to go to Great Adventures. I was happy. But I know better now. It was all centered around Halloween, scary, and we went. They had a pumpkin ride, so I did go on. I don't even know if I didn't even get my friend went on a pumpkin ride, but we just went on regular rides. We didn't go into no haunted thing. I have been on those haunted rides while I was saved, but it was early on. I was in my 20s. And I used to kind of, I can't honestly say I liked it, but because of what I was taught, I thought it was okay. I thought it was fun. But no, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. It's really bad for kids. And the thing is, when you're throwing kids into stuff like that, they don't know right from wrong, and they get it in their spirit, and they learn it. They have to learn from themselves. Now, my kids right now, my little ones, they'll tell you right now, that's demonic. That's not of God. You can't get my kids to watch. They barely want to watch Dora. Every time I turn around, my kids are saying, Mom, this cartoon. I have a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old. My daughter who's autistic, that's 9, Kathy, and Teresa who's 7. They'll tell me in a minute, like certain toys I do get for them. I don't know if you know different cartoons that have like kind of magic connotation. My baby girl told me, Mom, Doc McStuffin. Now we done brought her a whole thing, a triage of Doc McStuffin's things and items. And she just told me recently, Mom, I'm not watching Doc McStuffin anymore. She's 7. She said, Mom, Doc McStuffin does magic. I said, what? I done ordered Hula. And they got kids shows, and that's one of them. And I love Doc McStuffin. And I'm trying to tell her that Doc McStuffin is just making up that she's a doctor, and it's okay. She told me, no, Mom, it's magic. It's not of God. What could I say? This is what I teach her. So I was like, yeah? Okay. Okay. So I'm like, wow. And she has a Doc McStuffin doll. Now she plays with it, but she says, I don't play magic with it. I said, okay. I gotta respect that, and I'm actually proud of her. And I'm not gonna take that from her. I'm not gonna force her. I have this show, I like Goosebumps. I liked it. Do I really like it? Because I tried, it's been years since I watched it, but I got it, and I went and watched Goosebumps. You know, it has different things. It has some sorcery, and it has different stuff like that, but it's for kids. Why is it for kids? Because it's to get kids to start thinking about sorcery and witchcraft at an early age. So they'll get stuff like that and put it in our kids' faces, and we think, oh, this is for kids. You really got to watch stuff. Some of that stuff has sexual connotations in it. Some of it has stuff, and it makes your kid, it's suggestive. It gives your kids ideas about things of the satanic occult. So many cartoons, check them out. They've got occult written all over them. Okay, so watch your cartoons with your kids. Don't just say, oh, it's a cartoon, it's animated. Just throw my kid in front of it. Don't do it, because you'll be really surprised what your kid is picking up in their subliminal. And that's what they do. They do it subliminally. So, like, they're hoping the parents don't catch it. I mean, everything from, like, pornography, suggestive, not always taking off the clothes, but kind of like halfway leading to it. And then, I mean, what happened to, like, Cinderella, and even that, has a magic wand. And I mean, I'm just saying, if you think about God really, 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 I mean, it's just a lot that you can, I think we need to get away from little by little. I'm looking at all these holidays. Halloween, let me tell you something, like right now. Thanksgiving, Halloween, all of them are the same, in the same basket. Christmas has nothing to do with Christ. And I'm really, really, listen, I'm just like you. I grew up with Christmas trees. Never put one in the house for my kid. Never, because my grandmother taught me better than that. My grandma Patty Lou Willoughby Williams taught me better than that. Taught me not to use Christmas trees, that it was pagan, it was idol worship. She taught me that when I was still in my teens. I mean, my grandmother's nothing that my grandmother did not teach me. She taught me about the rudiments of Christmas. She taught me about it. Then I started getting into understanding what Thanksgiving was about. We all know that that's a blood massacre, blood massacre. At our own expense, our people. If you don't think you have Indian heritage and you're black, you're sadly mistaken. You got to dig and look a little deeper. You are the Indians that was killed off the land, and the women were raped. So, I mean, it's the same ball game. It's all money making, but it's also about Satan getting the rule over you. If he can't get you one way, he said, you know what? Can't beat them, join them. Let them think these festives have everything to do with something that's good. And while they're celebrating, they're intertwining their spirits right into you. And a lot of people don't want to hear this, because this these spirits have taken hold on you, and they've gripped you. There's a strong hold on your life, and so it doesn't want to let you go. And you want to say, no, I'm not going overboard. It's the truth. It's the truth. And the truth is the light. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Listen, if you're going to a Halloween party tonight, cancel it. Cancel it. I mean, I know, like, most people probably won't, but those who I can get to do that, please do. Because you don't understand that there are babies that are being sacrificed, blood sacrificed, and are killed. Why do you think the gang violence is so heavy during this time? Why wouldn't it be more so? Why pick this day? Why is there Mystery Day, the day before Halloween? Why is Halloween? Why do you have the cops talking about we might have to shut the places down? They're already talking about it right now. Talking about this Halloween might be pretty treacherous in certain areas, because there's gang initiations. And like right now, I just brought my daughter to her class, and she's 20, and I'm really not playing. She tried to walk to the bus stop, and she did. And I jumped, and I got both my kids, and we ran out and went and got her. Because I'm like, I'm not even playing. I'm not. The blood of Jesus. So, anyway, look at my kitties. No makeup. They are the beautiful God children that God made. They don't need no makeup. They don't need no masks and everything. They have something to do with evil spirits. And I just thank God that my kids, I raised them from the beginning like this. Kim never wore, the only thing, like I said, I did makeup for her when she was little, like whiskers and stuff like that to make her feel happy. And when I was a kid, my mother had me in costumes. My mother was very into festives. Every holiday she celebrated. And I had fun. I gotta be honest, I did. But it was blind fun. It's fun that. Sorry about that. So when you don't know what the fun is all about, and you're a kid, just like, I'm eating this candy. Oh, wow. We're going to something. It's music and you don't know. But I don't want to. Time is coming too short, and I don't want to be associated with anything that's going to offend my Lord Jesus. I don't want to offend him. Now, we got strongholds. We got stuff that we got to deal with, and they come and go because they try to leech on through different people that you're dealing with. So you're constantly having to wash and be washed by the Lord, and constantly saying, Lord, clean me, wash me. What I done picked up now? What in the midst of me being working or doing this, what is my child picked up? If you didn't pick it up and your child picked it up, you still got to pray, you still got to fast, and it's a constant thing. You don't want to do something that you purposely know. You'll be beat with many stripes when you know to do better and you don't. So let's get it together, believers. Jesus is soon to come, and before he comes, we got a lot of stuff that we got that tribulation. Those of us who are tribulation saints, you're not going to be ready for no tribulation if you're dibbling and dabbling in the world's stuff. You cannot dibble in the world's things. You can't be a part of the world and of God. Can you serve two gods? You can't. If you love the world, you have not the love of the Father. God said that. So I myself is also working on me. I mean, things that that's just not moving, you got to fast about it. Me too. But I'm saying those things that you do have control over, work it, do it. If you know, and if you can't seem to do it this year, work towards it. Work towards it. I mean, because everybody is not, everybody has different views and different things, but God's view is one view. And so if it takes you some time, just move away from it. And I'm telling you, as Thanksgiving comes up, try to move away from what I'm trying to do this year, is I want to cook my Thanksgiving dinner early. That's the best I can do. Okay, because my family's looking forward to Thanksgiving dinner. So what I did, they love my macaroni and cheese. That's what my daughter thinks about mostly. She's like, oh man, I can't wait till Thanksgiving so I can have some macaroni and cheese. So what I did was I made my macaroni and cheese twice in 1 week. So that's what I've done. So basically, my daughter just texted me. I'm letting her know I'm still here. Yeah, so what I'm starting with is that I'm just making macaroni and cheese. I'll probably make some stuffing way before Thanksgiving. By the time Thanksgiving comes, my kid's gonna be Thanksgiving. That's all Thanksgiving is to my kids. To be honest, a big dinner. To be honest, because we're thankful and we give thanks every day, and I teach them to honor God and to be grateful every day, and to change your life every day. Every day, look at your life and see where you can please God, and see where so basically Christmas, all kids love about Christmas is gifts. They just want to be able to have gifts. And if you get your kids